Okay. All right. So then what we have put in here then is the 2/3 of a cup of walnuts, or a little bit less than 3/4 of a cup. Thank you, Andrew. Even 3/4 is fine of walnuts. It's about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic per cup of basil. So, but you can see the difference between these. I mean, is it going to be 3 of these, or three of the big ones, or 3 of the small ones? So you just kind of have to estimate what you think would be best. Anyway, you start with these things in here first, and then you put the top on, and you put this in, and then you just pulse it a few times. You want to pulse these things. Let's take a look at that. And then, can you put the camera? There you go. See how pulsed, or see how chopped up these things are? You want to get them like that because now you're going to put in the leaves of the pesto, okay, or the basil. Okay, now you have your 4 leaves of basil. Now you put these in, and the reason why is because if you didn't mince up those things beforehand, if you just tried to do it all at once, you would have to pulse this, or to run it for so long that it would really just liquefy everything, which you don't want to do. And I'll explain that in a second. Then you go ahead and put that in. Now you put your grated cheese in, and we also used the Cuisinart to grate the cheese. It's whole, Romano cheese. I use Romano, not Parmesan. It's Parmigiano Reggiano or whatever it is, and I just do that because it's I like the flavor of it better. It's cheaper, it's less expensive than regular Parmesan, but I think the flavor is better. And then I use about a cup of olive oil. Okay, maybe a cup. I don't even know if I'll use a whole cup, but I'll put a little bit on here to kind of get the blending going better, or good. It's most of it. And now in the store, for this amount of pesto, for your store brand, they would have 2 cups of olive oil. It would be at least 2 cups of olive oil, and it wouldn't even be as good a quality olive oil as this is. So when you buy this in the store, it's just not nearly the same quality as what you get when you do it at home. So, and now we just go ahead and start pulsing. And you can see when it starts all going in there, right? Now, I'm just going to stop for a second here and take a look at it. So go ahead and take a look at that. And you say, well, that's not really blended that well. And I'll blend it a little bit more. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll stop right here. And then the next batch that I make up, I'll blend it more maybe. So I can get a nice consistency. But I do want a consistency like this, you see. If you look in here, you see how big the leaves are. You still see the leaves of the basil. You could see chunks of walnut or of garlic, and it just makes for a great flavor. And gosh, I just tasted that little bit. That was good. So we'll just mix it up a little more in here, and then we're done. So now, how much did that make of our basil? So let's take a look. And here, let's go over here, Grace. I'm gonna just put it in here, and just try to take a look at how much that made. So I mean, that right there would be enough for, like, I don't know, I would say a couple people for a dinner, for a pasta dinner for like 2 people. The whole bunch of this would be enough for probably like a family if you wanted to make pasta, or Chris makes like lasagna, pesto lasagna with some tomato and some basil, and that's really good. But anyhow, so 4 cups of basil, the walnuts, the garlic, the olive oil made about this much. Now again, I mean, look how thick this is. You'll never find it this thick in the store. Where it just doesn't come off. It's sliding there, but it's not like dripping off. When you buy this in the store, it would be pouring off. It would be just like liquid. The store would actually add probably another cup of olive oil. I'll just do it right now, just to kind of, here's the rest of the 1 cup. Okay, there's the rest of the 1 cup. And we'll just mix this in. This is okay to do it because we're going to end up putting in more of the mixed up product in here, so we can kind of regulate what it's going to come out with at the end. So I guess maybe this is more along the lines of what you get in the store. I think it's probably even more olive oil than this, but I like to keep the olive oil down a little bit so that it doesn't get, it's not just runny and drippy and everything else. And then when I jar it to freeze it, because with this many leaves, I mean, you know how many batches we have? You know how many batches we have like that? I mean, we'll probably fill this container probably 5 times before we're done today, before we're done doing this. So it's a lot of pesto. So anyway, that's making pesto, and okay.